This video is a quick introduction to the nutrient screen in SnapPlus version 3. It will explain the basic functions of the nutrient screen and the different tabs, and we have more details in future videos. The nutrient screen is where you can enter nutrients that the farm both produces on farm, like manure, and purchase nutrients like commercial fertilizers. Once you click on the nutrients page, the first tab we see is the manure and biosolids tab. This tab has three main tables. We start with the manure sources table. I have two sources entered in this plan, a dairy liquid source and a dairy solid source. I can add new ones by clicking this new manure source at the top. On the right side in the manure quantities table, I can see a place for me to enter available quantities for each of my sources for a given crop year. You can change the crop year that you're working in by selecting a different crop year from the drop-down menu at the top of the screen. At the bottom of the page, I have my manure analysis values. Notice that the analysis that I'm currently looking at is for the selected source in my manure sources table. Because dairy liquid is currently highlighted, this analysis, named 2020, is for the dairy liquid source. If I then select the dairy solid source, my analysis changes, and now I'm looking at different values for my dairy solid analysis. The next tab that we have in the nutrients page is the fertilizers tab. This is a tab where you can add any commercial fertilizers that you'll be spreading as part of this nutrient management plan on the farm. Notice that I have two options to either add a standard fertilizer from the list, or I can add a custom fertilizer with my own values and name and details. The next tab on the nutrient screen is the grazing tab. This tab is brand new within SnapPlus version 3, and it offers an easier way to enter information about your grazing animals. This tab will be covered in greater detail in a future video, but to give you an idea of what it looks like, now you have the ability to put together information about your herd and about when they're grazing on different groups of pastures using a calendar interface. We can set different grazing schedules for different years to account for different herd sizes and makeups. The next tab within the nutrients page is called Nutrient Systems. This is an easy way to combine together different nutrient applications that you might be using as part of a program on multiple fields. This makes it easy to enter the detail for different types of nutrient applications in one place and then apply them across multiple fields. In this example, you can see I have a system that goes on my corn that has both spring and fall applications that are relevant to multiple fields. The final three tabs on the nutrients page are each designed as different ways to help you estimate the amount of manure that you might have and need to account for in your nutrient management plan. The first is the livestock tab. The livestock tab is a table where you can add rows for each type of livestock on your farm. And as you enter information about the animal type, the number of animals, and then how their manure is collected, SnapPlus calculates for you a total number of tons, gallons, and amount of manure deposited via grazing when adding up all the different types of animals on your farm. The storage tab is a different way to estimate quantities of manure. If you know the specific storage capacity that you have on the farm for different types of storage, you can enter each one here, along with the storage capacity and number of times it's entered each year. That will help SnapPlus calculate for you an amount of manure collected annually in each of these storages. Finally, another way to estimate manure quantities is through spreader information. If you know the size of your spreader and how many loads you take each year, SnapPlus can help you calculate how much is spread annually. You also have the ability to indicate the calibration date for each of your different types of spreaders here.